Feel smart? JustProfessor here. You see, only 3 left in stock, and suddenly you need it. A countdown timer appears and you panic buy. Someone says, limited time offer, and your brain shuts off. You weren't even interested 5 minutes ago, but now you're pulling out your credit card because you might miss out. You just got played by one of the oldest tricks in marketing, and you fell for it completely. This is the scarcity principle, and it's the reason your closet is full of things you bought on impulse and never used. Companies know that when something seems scarce, rare, or about to disappear, your brain stops thinking rationally and starts acting out of fear. You're not buying because you want the thing. You're buying because you're afraid of losing the chance to have it. And that fear is costing you money, time, and peace of mind. So, what is the scarcity principle? It's a psychological trigger that makes you value something more when it seems limited or hard to get. When there's plenty of something, you don't care. But the moment someone tells you there's only a few left, or the offer expires soon, or not everyone can have it, suddenly you want it desperately. Your brain interprets scarcity as value, even when it's fake scarcity designed to manipulate you. Here's why this works so well. Your brain is wired to avoid loss. Losing something feels worse than gaining something feels good. So when you see a limited time offer, your brain doesn't think, do I want this? It thinks, what if I lose this chance forever? And that fear of loss overrides your logical thinking. You stop asking if you need it. You start asking, what if you miss it? And that's when you buy things you don't actually want. Let me show you how companies use this against you. Online shopping. You're looking at a product. Suddenly, a little notification pops up. Only 2 left in stock. 15 people are viewing this right now. This deal ends in 3 hours. None of this information helps you make a better decision, but it makes you feel urgency. It makes you feel like you're in competition with other people. It makes you feel like if you don't act now, you'll lose out. So you buy it. Not because you thought it through, because you panicked. Or think about flash sales. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, limited time deals. These aren't about giving you a good price. They're about creating artificial scarcity. The sale could last a week. The company could offer the same discount any time. But they don't. They create a tiny window of time so you feel pressure to buy immediately. And it works. People camp outside stores. They stay up until midnight clicking refresh. They buy things they don't need because the deal won't last. That's scarcity manipulating your brain. Here's another version of scarcity. Exclusivity. This is only available to members. Limited edition. Not everyone can have this. Now, it's not just about time running out. It's about being part of a special group. Your brain doesn't want to be left out. It wants to be part of the exclusive club. So you buy the limited edition version, even though it's functionally the same as the regular version. You're paying extra for artificial scarcity that has 0 real value. This shows up in restaurants, too. Chef's Special, only available today. Is it really only today? Probably not. But it sounds special. It sounds rare. So you order it even though you weren't planning to. Or you see a dish marked as almost sold out on the menu. Now you want that one because other people want it. You're not choosing based on what you actually like. You're choosing based on scarcity. The scarcity principle also explains why you buy things on sale even when you don't need them. 70% off, today only. Your brain sees that discount disappearing and panics. It doesn't matter that you don't need the item. What matters is you're getting a deal that won't be there tomorrow. So you buy it, and then it sits in your house unused while you congratulate yourself for saving money. Except you didn't save money. You spent money on something you wouldn't have bought at full price because you didn't actually want it. Here's where scarcity gets really sneaky. Subscriptions and memberships. Sign up now before spots fill up. Early bird pricing ends tonight. They're creating fake urgency to pressure you into committing before you've had time to think. And once you're subscribed, it's harder to cancel than it was to sign up. They used scarcity to get you in the door, and now you're stuck paying every month for something you might not even use. Scarcity also works in dating and relationships. Someone plays hard to get. They're busy, they're not always available, and suddenly you want them more. If they were always around, always responding, always interested, you might lose interest. But because they're scarce, because their time and attention are limited, your brain decides they must be valuable. You're not responding to who they are. You're responding to the scarcity of their availability. The same principle applies to jobs. We need to fill this position quickly. We have other candidates. Now you're not evaluating if the job is right for you. You're worried about losing the opportunity. So you accept an offer you should have negotiated. You take a position that's not a good fit, because scarcity made you act fast instead of smart. So why does scarcity have such power over you? Because for most of human history, scarcity was real. Food was scarce. Resources were limited. If you didn't grab something when you had the chance, you might not get another chance. Your brain evolved to respond to scarcity with urgency because that kept you alive. But now, companies are exploiting that ancient survival mechanism to sell you stuff you don't need. Here's the thing. Most scarcity you encounter is fake. Only 3 left might mean only 3 in this warehouse, but thousands in others. Limited time might mean they'll run the same sale next month with a different name. Exclusive offer might be sent to millions of people. Companies are manufacturing scarcity because they know it works. And you're falling for it because your brain can't tell the difference between real scarcity and fake scarcity. Even when scarcity is real, that doesn't mean you should act on it. Just because something is rare doesn't mean it's valuable to you. Just because an opportunity is limited doesn't mean it's the right opportunity. But your brain doesn't think that way. It sees scarcity and immediately assumes value. And that assumption is costing you. So how do you fight the scarcity principle? How do you stop making bad decisions based on artificial urgency? First, recognize the trigger. When you feel that panic, that rush to act now, that fear of missing out, stop. That's scarcity talking. Your brain is in fear mode, not thinking mode. Take a breath. Step back. Give yourself time to think rationally. Second, ask yourself if you wanted this before you knew it was scarce. If the answer is no, walk away. Scarcity shouldn't create desire. It should only affect timing. If you didn't want it when you thought it was abundant, you don't actually want it. You're just reacting to the fear of loss. Third, question the scarcity. Is it real? How do you know there are only 3 left? How do you know the sale won't come back? Most of the time, companies are lying or exaggerating to create urgency. Don't take their word for it. Fourth, give yourself a waiting period. Tell yourself you'll come back tomorrow or next week, and if you still want it, you'll buy it then. Most of the time, the urgency will fade and you'll realize you never really wanted it. The scarcity was driving the desire, not genuine interest. And finally, focus on what you'd be gaining, not what you'd be losing. Scarcity makes you think about loss. But what would you actually gain by buying this? Is it worth the money, the space, the time? If you can't answer that clearly, you shouldn't buy it. Look, the scarcity principle is everywhere. It's in every email you get with a countdown timer. It's in every last chance notification. It's in every product marked as low stock. And it's working on you constantly, pushing you to make decisions based on fear instead of logic. The truth is, you don't need most of the things you think you need, and the urgency you feel is almost always manufactured. Companies are creating fake scarcity to trigger your fear of missing out, and as long as you keep falling for it, they'll keep doing it. So next time you see only a few left or offer ends soon, remember that it's not information, it's manipulation. Your brain wants to panic, but you don't have to. You can stop, think, and ask yourself if this is something you actually want, or if you're just afraid of losing the chance to have it. Because the real loss isn't missing a deal. It's wasting your money on things that don't matter while convincing yourself you made a smart choice. If you're tired of panic buying things you don't need, subscribe.